have your phone on, just turn it off.
That's
okay. Good morning, everybody. How are you? Welcome to Pets Plus Live Beyond the Pages. My name is Candace Doniolo, your show host, business coach and consultant, and regular columnist for this amazing magazine, Pets Plus. And we do live shows a couple times a month. Each time is a little bit different. Sometimes we interview the coolest store, or America's coolest store. And sometimes we go beyond the pages even further and we dig into great content in Pets Plus magazine. If you're just tuning in, please say hello in the chat so I know that you can. Wonderful. Looks like for those of you tuning in live, we've got a lot of you today with us. I see some new faces. Chastity and Marion, I don't know that I've seen you guys with us before. I love it. Hi, Ann, Alexis, Elaine, and Kaylee. I think Kaylee's new with us too. Wonderful. Well, welcome. These shows are really for you to learn something new, find inspiration, and to connect directly with me. When you're with us, we want you to chat. We want you to ask questions. These trainings that I do now are also very interactive. So you might see some polls come up. I'm going to play a couple videos. And it's really a way for us to just connect and help you grow your business. And in this one, I think it's helping you also grow your life and improve your life too, and what you're doing outside of work, because that is so very important. So, a couple things though I want to share before we get started. So this February issue just came out. I'll pull it up here so you guys can see it. It just came out. You guys should have received it in the mail. Look at this adorable pooch. So this is the February issue. There's amazing content in here as always. One of the things I want to point out though, because it's super important, you have about a month left, is that they are running, Pets Plus is running their contest for America's Coolest Store. Okay, and when you win America's Coolest Store, your beautiful face gets to be on the cover of this magazine. And so to apply for America's Coolest Store, go to petsplusmag.com/ACS. The deadline for an early bird registration application is March 1st, okay? And if you get your application in by March 1st, then they will, I'm sure they've got a team of people who are going to go through, help you get some guidance on how you might be able to tweak it or resubmit it by the final deadline, which is March 15th. And so that extra help could just get you the boost to win to get your beautiful store inside the magazine. And if you have any questions, you can reach out directly to Pets Plus. So that's about it for the February one. And also, actually, we're going to be interviewing the cool store that's in here. And that is this Friday night. It's going to be with Debbie from Furry Friends. You can see their picture here. Furry Friends, I'm going to be interviewing Debbie. And it's Friday night at 7 p.m. Eastern, I think is the time, right? I've got Jen, my team members, with us in here today. I think it's 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. Eastern. I apologize. We'll get that clarified before the end there. But it's Friday night. I want you to BYOB, bring your own beverage. And we'll have some fun. All right. So now today, I'm going to put this back here. Today, we are talking about, one, taking time off, which is so important. Two, finding inspiration. And three, how you can take these experiences and be inspired to use them in your own business, okay? Finding inspiration outside of our own little box can be a game changer, not just for your life, but for those around you as well. And we're gonna walk through a recent trip I took to Africa. Actually, it was a year ago I went to Africa. A year ago today I was there. And I'm gonna show you some videos of the amazing places that I went to. And I think the videos are so important because while you weren't there with me, these videos I think will really capture the essence of what I'm trying to convey. And I think you are gonna get some really good nuggets that you can incorporate into your own business as well. So now I'm going to go through a ton of ideas as usual. I want you to go ahead and take out a pen and paper, and I want you to, or have a Google sheet open, because I want you to just write down words or ideas that come to you. Don't worry about having to write down anything like elaborate that I say or any of the lengthy details, because we're going to have a little fun today, and I just want you to interact with me. I want you to write down key words that come out to you as we're following along. And then I'll ask you to share those words with me. All right, and for tuning in all the way through to the end and tuning in today with us, if you hang on till the end, we are going to pick one of you who are live with us today to win a free membership for 1 month into the Pet Boss Club. This is our signature business consulting program for pet business owners, and we're going to give you 1 month for free. It's a value of $99 just for tuning in today. Okay, now I just got confirmation that our Pets Plus Live this Friday, what is Friday? I feel like Friday the 15th. Yes, Friday the 15th. That is at 7 p.m. The link is on our Facebook pages if you'd like to register in advance for that, or we'll send you an email as well. All right, so I have a poll for you guys. As usual, I love to take little polls. So let's put out a poll. Now, this one here is asking if you take regular vacations, do you need a vacation, or do you just need a day off? I know some of us can be very good about scheduling that time to step out of our business and take regular vacations. And if that's you, I'm proud of you. Congratulations. Keep it up. And sometimes, we just wish we could have a vacation. And I know many would love to just get a day off on a regular basis. All right, so the results are coming in. If you don't see our poll now, the poll is just for people tuning in live. If you're watching a replay, please feel free to chat in the comments. All right, so wow, yeah, a lot of you would love a vacation. That's good. I'm glad though that most of you are at least getting to take a day off here and there, and I love it. Good, about 30% actually take regular vacations. That's fabulous. So when in life and entrepreneurship and owning a business, it's like a roller coaster, right? There's ups and there's downs. And in my own career in the pet industry, I have had moments where I've been able to be really good about taking time off. And that's definitely been in the last probably like 3 to 4 years. But before that, I was really consumed with working. Actually, I love working. I'm a workaholic, but that is no good for our business and our well-being. So when you're a workaholic, I know that it's hard to even feel comfortable planning ahead in advance on your calendar to take time off, because you get worried that what's going to happen right before you leave, right? Like I've had it in my own businesses before where I did plan a trip, and then right before we're ready to go, a major key player, employee on our company puts in their notice and leaves. And so now I don't have the coverage that I needed for what I was going to be on my trip. Or I've had it before where, the canine flu hit Chicago and our doggy daycares. And I was actually in Africa the first time that happened. I was in Africa for the first time. And it was devastating because I had to be working while I was on my trip, trying to figure out how to handle different situations back home. So it really wasn't a vacation. So that is not a fun place to be in, but we need to be finding opportunities for us to step outside of our businesses. So sometimes if you're in a place of constant working in your shop, I would love for you to look at your local community on how you can just step out of that and start to network and connect with people in your local area. Maybe you can take a weekend trip. Maybe you can take a 3 or 4 day trip. And so if taking a very long vacation is daunting to you, think about pockets of time that will work for you to just kind of sneak away and get away and treat yourself. Now, the other problem that I found myself having this year, and I'm sure some of you can relate with this too, is that I actually would have the ability to plan ahead and block time off, but I didn't. I just kept working and having fun, and it's been so much fun growing Pet Boss Nation. But what happened in 2018 is I just went from one thing to the next thing to the next thing, and I burnt myself out. And I reached a needed a vacation, but I didn't even have time on my calendar to take one. And so, you know, what I've done now, I'll actually show you. I bought this big wall calendar, and this is something you guys can do too. I bought this big wall calendar, and I blocked out. It's just color blocked. It doesn't even have a lot of dates, but you can kind of see it. Sorry, it's out of focus. But color blocked out. So the orange is vacation time, and green is when we're working and we have conferences and we're making money, because green means money, right? We're making money. Orange is, to me, it's sun, it's vacation. So I've planned ahead and put on the calendar blocking out time when I don't want to schedule anything else. And then we've got other things, like the red is that we're going to be growing our mindset and our business. And so I've got some other things I'm working on there. So you can make a calendar like that, looking ahead, just blocking out some colors. And as you're looking at the calendar, if you don't care, then you need to put it in. Okay, that's my little tip for you. All right, I'd love to know if any of you can relate to anything that I've just said. I'll go back to my chat here. Yeah, I'd love to know if you can relate. I mean, it seems like we've got a lot of people who need a vacation, so I bet you can. All right, well, there is a better way. Take the time off, block the time off, book some trips, look for opportunities. I think the biggest tip I can give you to be able to get comfortable stepping away from your business is to build systems and processes and start to train somebody else on the things that you are the only person that knows how to do them, okay? So if you're the only person that knows how to do payroll, you should start to come up with a list of how to do it, a process, some videos, and train someone else in your company or partner do that for you so you can step away. Because that's happened to me before too, where I've taken time off and I needed to do payroll. And so I had to delegate that out to someone else. I've actually also done payroll, I think, from other countries before. So, you know, you can squeeze a vacation in and still work afar. And then maybe you're the only person who can order supplies for your business or order inventory. You want to be able to delegate that out as well. So it's so important to take time off, because there's a quote here I want to share with you by Paulo Coelho. He's a Brazilian lyricist and novelist, and wrote, he's best well known for The Alchemist. He has a great quote that is, travel is never a matter of money, but courage, right? Travel is never a matter of money, but courage. And I think that that is so important, because a lot of times we may think to ourselves, we don't have the money to take a vacation, or we don't have the money our business the whole time that we're gone. But travel is more about courage, because when we can find the courage to step outside of our comfort zone, find the courage to delegate, find the courage to hire the right team member, find the courage to step away and see what happens, that is where the money will come, because you're growing yourself and you're expanding yourself. And so it's, even though it can be scary to travel or to spend money, it still takes courage, and that's going to grow you and your business. Trust me, it will, because you're going to find lots of inspiration once you start traveling, and you're going to come back refreshed, revived, and ready to take your business to the next level. Okay. Are you ready now? Now we're going to get into the fun stuff. Now we're going to get into all of the exciting my trip to Africa things that you can learn to apply to your own life and business. And I'm going to tell you, you don't have to travel all the way to Africa to experience inspiration. So the article that I wrote, actually, I think I can, well, I'll just pull it up in here a little faster sometimes. The article is called 3 Principles Learned While Traveling That You Can Apply to Your Business. A trip to South Africa was one of the best things I've ever done. Now, it's a 1-page article, not very long. It takes 3 places that I went to. I can say it here. Got some pictures here. I'm going to show you the videos in a second. But I covered curation, quality, and expertise, and we're going to dig into that, but also a few other perspectives. All right. So the very first concept of this trip, and what's so interesting is I was watching these videos back that I'm going to share with you. A lot of these places do all three of these things. They curate their selection and offerings. They have a quality to them. They care deeply about quality, and they have an expertise at something. Okay, and they communicate all of those throughout their businesses. So while I'm going to be showing you specific businesses in each of these categories, really as we're talking about them, you'll see that they have all three. So curation, if you've never heard the term curation, it's the act or the process of selecting, organizing, and looking after the items in a collection or an exhibition. Okay, so you could curate a display. You could curate your marketing plans. You can curate the departments you have. You can curate your team. You know, there's so many ways that you can intentionally work through a selection process, how you organize it, how you market it, and how you kind of display it to the world. Okay. So now this first video that I'm going to show you is Babylonstoren. Okay. And it is in South Africa. This is I'll tell you 1 second. We're going to play it 1 second. This is a hotel experience like no other. You're going to see some little cottages, and those are the hotel rooms. Everything at Babylonstoren is grown on the farm, and I just can't wait for you to see what they offer. And listen in, all of these videos, the people that are speaking are going to be able to convey things that you can bring into your own business as well. All right, let's play the video.
So 2015 we opened our brand new tasting room as well as a new hotel at the far end. So Karen, Roos and Chris Becker, our current owners, bought the farm in 1997. So they changed the accommodation to 5-star establishments. They love gardening, so they also started off our 4-hectare big garden where we grow all our fruit, vegetables and herbs.
It doesn't matter whether you have the most gorgeous garden. I always say that. You have the most gorgeous garden. But I do think the people will actually make the place. Humans make this place come to life. And because we lived in this area and we grew up in this area, it's so nice to put your passion with it. Because it's something that we can relate to. It's our homeland, it's our hometown. Babylonstoren is actually my home away from home. And if you're a gardener, they normally say gardeners are the most sharing people, because information needs to go out there and people need to figure out and find out things that you know. Otherwise it gets buried.
Is very special because here we incorporate the garden, which is basically the heart of Babylonstoren, into the spa and also all of the other departments around us. So yeah, we use herbs and everything fresh from the garden each and every day, and I think that's the one thing that makes us exceptional.
I mean, oh my gosh, I can't believe that exactly today, 1 year ago, I was at that property and I was blown away. Okay, I have never experienced anything like it. And if you have an opportunity to go to Babelstoran in South Africa, I highly recommend it. This experience was like no other business I had ever encountered. Okay, it had this sense of calm and zen about it. But what was really, really interesting is that they had a model where everything that they used, and maybe not everything, but the majority of consumables on that property that they gave to guests were also grown in their orchards, grown on the farms. You saw the turkey just like walking around and hanging out. The chickens, I mean, it was so wild that the guests got to be like one with nature and the farm was part of their experience. Those hotel rooms, when we got there was a bottle of wine, and it was wine that was made from their property in their vineyard. They had the soaps and the shampoos and the bath salts and the scrubs that were all in the bathroom were all made there on property. Okay, the entire experience was unbelievable because they curate so much of what you see. Okay, they have a look to the property. Everything's minimalist. It's white. It's clean. It's the staff was so friendly. There's so many ways that they have curated, in a sense, made a very intentional decision of the choices they've provided to guests to create an unbelievable experience. Okay, I know I'll go back. I'm talking now about it to you guys. I hope that you go there someday. But what I love about that experience, okay, is looking back at that. I want you to, if you have a piece of paper with you, I want you to write down any ideas that you felt inspiration from there. But I want to run through you can in your own business as well, or take inspiration from Babelstoran to your own business. Okay, so in your own business, are there ways that you can use local farmers, okay, or a local meat packer, or a local treat maker? Even if you don't sell products, if you're a pet sitter and you're watching, there are local businesses that maybe you can't grow your own stuff or make your own stuff, but there are ways that you can partner with that hyper local farm to table kind of experience. So local farmers, local meat packers. If you don't know who they are right now, they exist, and you can definitely do some research and try to find something really unique that can set you apart from your competitors. Okay. I loved also that Babelstoran has a set of standards that they measure their products by. Right? They only want back to the basics. I think that's what she said. She was like, we went back to the basics. So is there a way that you can like strip away parts of your business to just get back to the core basic principles that you believe in? When we talk about curated products and goods, especially in retail, we want things to be fresh, right? So at that location, they're truly farm to table, so everything is really, really fresh. How fresh is the stuff that you sell? Okay, how fast are you turning it? How fast are you moving things out? I've said it before, and I will say it again, that if anything is over 6 months old in your business, I would love for you to start to mark it down and move it out, because your customers want fresh, exciting things. They want, and if you're not providing them those fresh goods, if they didn't buy it in the first 90 days, they're probably not interested in it after that. So really pay attention to how fresh your goods are. When we think about curation, we also think about how we find the products that we choose, right? So with Babelstoran's case, like they're actually growing and making a lot of this stuff, but they still have to find the right partner. They don't make everything, so they have to find the right partner that's going to complement their business the best, right? They're going to curate their vendor selection in a sense. So how are you curating who you're working with? Do you purchase all your products from local distributors? Do you attend trade shows? Are you looking through magazines like Pets Plus for really cool products? Are you searching on Pinterest? There's a specific you could be searching a specific hashtag on Instagram. You know, you want to find things that are going to set you apart from your competition. They're going to draw customers in, and that will allow you to kind of like stand in what you believe in for your own business, right? You're going to curate your own selection and experience for your customers. Curating a selection can also create inspiration. Okay, I'm going to connect these little dots here. So I didn't go into this in the article, but I think that this is a result of curation. Okay, so when you curate your products, you can actually pull out and inspire people, right? Do you guys feel inspired after watching that video? I mean, maybe you're inspired to go take a vacation, or maybe you're inspired to care again about more the little details in your business that maybe you've forgotten about because you're so busy. So when you curate your selection, you can inspire people, whether that's yourself, you could inspire your employees, you can inspire your customers. And when people feel inspiration, that's connected to an emotion, right? So when you're inspired, you have emotions. And when people have positive emotions, actually sometimes maybe even some negative emotions, I guess, but emotions are what drive people to make purchases, or that's what drives them to buy things, okay? Whether that's buying something from you or it's buying into you, okay? That is when your business will grow, when people buy from you and buy into you, right? So you've curated this selection, you've helped drive inspiration for others, for yourself, for your employees, and that creates emotions, and that will help you convert more people into sales, okay? Facts about features of things that you do, facts about features of things that you sell, like that's just facts. That does not create inspiration. So I'd love for you to take a minute here on this piece of paper you've got and really think about how you can curate even inspiration into your business. Okay, I know that we're going through a lot of ideas here, but I want to make sure you walk away with something. So how you can curate inspiration could be that you have a book club for your employees or your customers. Maybe you take motivational quotes and articles and videos and you put them onto your team's Facebook page. You could share on social media some of the dog and pet motivational phrases to inspire and connect dog owners to their pets. You can curate, now that you've curated your product selection, as we discussed earlier, you need to curate now the types of images and what you share on your marketing materials and tell people that you've hand selected these things. All right. I'd love for you to share if you have written things down, look back at that list, and if anything has popped out to you, circle them. Circle them for me real quick. Circle like 1 to 2 things. Share with us in the chat something that you have learned from this last section here that you are feeling inspired about. What are you going to curate? How are you going to show inspiration? I'd love for you to chat in the chat room and tell me what you're going to do. I know for myself, I could be better about inspiring and curating team members to help grow them as people and individuals and within our company. That's something I would love to do. All right. Let's move on to our second location here. So in South Africa, we continued our journey. We did a lot of things a lot of things on that trip. It was very busy. I went with 8 other female entrepreneurs from all over the country, and we traveled there together, and we did all kinds of interesting things. And it was 1 year ago today, and then we left Babylon Storen, and then we went to Waterkloof Winery. And I see now the chat, there's a little bit of a delay. I see the things coming in now in the chat. Everybody here, we love it. Deanna says that she wants to promote more USA products. Lane is going to partner with local vendors at events. Jean is local handmade products. Yes. Chastity wants to find more local products. Yes, I love it. What's great about, just before we move on to this next thing, what's great about the local products is that sometimes those local vendors, they are out doing farmers markets, they're out doing the pet consumer shows, and the community, their customers, want to know where to find them all the time. And then that local vendor is going to share, send them to your shop. So it can be a win-win. All right, we're moving on now to our next location, and that's Waterkloof Winery. Okay, I really want you to listen here. There's a lot of the team members in this segment of this video I'm going to share say some really powerful words that I think you can take into your own business as well, and your own leadership style. All right, so this video here is about Waterkloof Wine Estates. They produce biodynamic wines. And all right, let's play the video.
At Waterkloof, our philosophy is quite unique, and it's all about the natural and going back to basics. And it's all thanks to the cultivation of good grapes. We want to show people everything that we have to offer. So you can sit in one spot, you know, in the tasting room, for instance. If you look behind you, you see how the wine is made in the cellar. If you look out the window, you can see the horses and the sheep working in the vineyard. If you can see the chef making the food in the kitchen. It's all about the transparency and honesty in what we do, and that's exactly why we call it our honest wine.
The main thing about farming in general, and not just for wines, is that you're destined to work with your circumstances that you have. If you look out at this property, I mean, you are surrounded by the Hottentots Holland mountain range. We're in a ravine. We've got our own natural water source. And then, of course, looking out on the False Bay as well, there's cool breezes coming in from the sea. All of that affect the production of this wine. There's only 2 farms that's actually registered to farm biodynamically. And what that means is to put life back into the soil.
Working on a biodynamic farm, obviously it's a continuous cycle of life. So anything that comes in is reused back into the earth in whatever way it may be. If we're peeling carrots, we're giving the carrot peelings back. I mean, we have an earthworm farm here, there's chickens here, there's anything you need basically.
We use the soil in between the vines to plant cover crop. The cover crop will act as a nitrogen binder through the year, and will plow with the horses. They help you to work your compost into the soil to keep it aerated so it's easier for life in the soil. You want your root systems to be able to go freely, because essentially they are self-sufficient in that way.
We don't manipulate wine when it comes into the cellar itself. It's not a recipe that you follow. It's a very hands-off approach. Normally you would add commercial yeast to your wines for it to go through a fermentation process. We don't do that. We let the wine go through its own natural process of fermentation. And the idea is that what you grow in the vineyard and taste in the vineyard is what you should taste in the bottle.
All of our food is created in a way that the wines are created. Fresh, minimalistic, simplistic. We want our food to pair perfectly with the wine. We want you to taste the surroundings as a whole, as Waterkloof. Not like you're coming here for the restaurants or you're coming here for the wine farm. You're coming here for Waterkloof as a whole.
I've actually been in that room, that glass room where that first woman was speaking, that overlooks all of like Cape Town practically. I've been in that room and done a wine tasting, and I have to tell you, if you like wine and if you can find waterproof wine, this is not a sales pitch for them by any means, but it's amazing. And the concept of biodynamic is really where they're using, and this is what the second woman said. She says that farmers and winemakers are defined to work with the circumstances you have. But that, I think, extends beyond just farmers and vineyards. To be defined by to work with the circumstances you have. I'm pulling that out because I think that that's so true, especially in brick and mortar retail, and sometimes, even with manufacturers. I mean, we sometimes have to deal with the weather. So there might be construction in your neighborhood. You may have some financial problems. You may not be able to get the investment money that you need. And so you're defined to work within the circumstances that you have. Now, they, as a business, dealing with the weather elements, they can still be super successful at business. And so while we can think about that being defined by the circumstances we have can be seen as sometimes a negative thing, I want you to really look at what is it that you have and what can you use to propel your business forward. Another woman in there said to put life back into the soil. That the thing that's so important that makes their wine so good and that quality aspect. And we're going to talk about quality because that's the key business component I took away from Waterkloof. But the quality component is that their wine is so good because everything they pull out of the soil, they put back into the soil. Okay, from she was talking about the carrots and all of everything that they can do, they put back in. Now, I think that's very true as a business owner too, and taking vacations. I mean, we have to feed the soil. We have to feed ourselves. We have to reinvigorate ourselves. We have to take time to relax and rest and just take time to think. It's so important to feed your soil, to put everything back into you that you take out. We constantly as entrepreneurs energies going out constantly. People are needing things from us, and it can be exhausting. And so I want to ask you, how well are you at putting back into your soil to help you grow? Okay. All right. So I've got other ideas here too for Waterkloof. Waterkloof is an amazing, amazing place. Again, South Africa is unbelievable if you guys can go. The main key takeaway with the quality piece. So how can you start caring more about your quality? Now, I know you all think that, and I'm the same way, we all think we've got great businesses, we care about quality, that's what we tell our customers. But if you were really to take an inward look at the quality of your business as more of the health of your business from the inside out, because that's what Waterkloof does as well. Everything from the horses and the cows and the team that's there to not using certain berries that grow or grapes that grow. They really care about the health of what they're producing to create the end product, the wine, for the customer. So how do you care about the health of your business? How important is quality to you? Are there areas of your business that you're disrespecting? Somebody said that to me recently. They were like, are you disrespecting in your business or everything X in your life? And what's so interesting is when you think about the word disrespecting, as it relates to quality, then are you respecting the quality that you want for your company? I mean, you could, as you're going around today in your business, I'd love for you to look at the cleanliness of your spaces. What's the quality of your shopping bags? What's the quality of your team? What's the quality of your bank account? What's the quality of the way that your store looks? So there's so many ways that we can think about how our quality is ranking on a scale of 1 to 10. I'd love for you to just do a little exercise for yourself after this where you kind of look at different areas of your business and rank them and put some attention and care into the areas that need it the most. When we think about employees, would you take better care of your team as a result? If taking better care of your team, customer service, Of course it would. If you were better about the quality of the people that you interviewed or the process of your interviews, or if you were better about the type of training they got, like they got quality training, would it result in better sales? Yes, it would. If you were ensuring that your products always looked the best that they could, would it help with your sales? You bet, absolutely. So how do we move in taking the concept of quality and caring as much about quality as Waterkloof did in our own businesses? I think you first have to define your expectations for quality, thinking about what's important to you. And then it's about training your team that's with you, or even retraining yourself, or training your vendors, because you might have very well-informed employees, but they aren't aware of exactly what your quality standards are. Also further minimize any misunderstanding and communication, and it will help increase accountability. And when you train your team members on a regular basis, the quality can stay consistent, right? And so consistency is what customers love. That's why they want to keep shopping with you, because they know that when they came that first time and had that one experience, it's going to continue as they can return. And if they recommend somebody else comes to you, they know that that friend that they referred is going to have that same experience. The quality of your business will give you that consistency and help you have a high level experience for your customers. All right. When I think also about quality, it just relates to service, right? Customer service, how we're helping customers. So if there's anything, I think from that video shared there about how you could improve the quality of what you do, if you wrote it down, look back at your list, maybe circle one or two, and please share with us in the chat what it is that you feel like you could improve the quality of. And if you're watching the replay, just type it in the comments. All right, we will see those in just a second. I want to get moving on to our next video. This one's really short because they didn't have their own video. And the video that we're sharing is about some customers of theirs who traveled to South Africa and made a little, vlog, a video vlog. And they just happened to be talking about their trip in Cape Town in this business. So the place that we visited, one of the little shops, was called Culture Club Cheese. And they brought out this massive charcuterie board, which was like cheese and nuts and berries, wooden, or was actually like a slice of a tree trunk. It was amazing. So the presentation was just unbelievable. But we're going to play this video now, it's not very long, just so you get a sneak peek of what inside this little cheese shop looked like.
Hi, I'm Daryl.
And I'm Mindy.
We're the two
Food
Trippers, and we are in Cape Town.
Yes, we are.
Where are we, Mindy?
We are at Culture Club Cheese, one of our favorite spots in Cape Town. Obviously, they have cheese here, which we're going to be eating soon, but they also have coffee, which we're drinking now. Coffee from Deluxe, and to that I say...
Cheers.
Cheers.
So, the thing about Cape Town is it's a beautiful city, and we kind of took advantage of that by really walking around. Where did we go in the last...
All right, so yeah, it was a little short, but I just wanted to give you the inside look at that little cheese shop. So I loved the bright yellow on the outside. It just looked just like a big giant piece of cheese, and I love cheese. But what was really cool about the experience of going to Culture Cheese Club is that presentation of bringing out the cheese onto this large tree trunk was amazing. But what I also really loved about the person that was serving us, well, ended up being the owner of the business, but he walked through every single piece of cheese or type of cheese they brought out and described it in depth, like really communicated his expertise about cheese to us as the customer. It really gave that wow experience because he knew so much about these cheeses. And then as we continued to talk to him, he elaborated more about how he went to the world's largest cheese festival. I think it's in Italy, and started, and for all of us who loved cheese, I mean, we were in a cheese place. I didn't even know, I guess it makes sense now looking back that there could be the world's largest cheese festival. So that I really loved, that the owner of this little shop in Cape Town, which is very, very obviously the most southern point of Africa, had gone to Italy for this cheese festival. And so for him, I mean, it maybe was like a trade show for us, going to a trade show, or again, traveling to a new experience that will inspire him and educate him to bring back that knowledge to his customers. And I love that he shared that experience with us and talking about it, because it connected us more to his independent little business. All right. So when we travel, I encourage you to talk to people. Talk to the people around you, talk to the people who own the businesses, just to get their stories. And I think it will help you find too, that you've got stories about your own industry, about your own business, that you can start to share with your customers. So the take would be that you could start sharing more about the products that you're selling. Learn more about the behind the scenes of the brands and the products that you sell. More about the behind the scenes of your manufacturers or the product, if you're a manufacturer where you're getting stuff. If you're a service provider, maybe share more behind the scenes of some of the education about pet care that you're getting with your customers. Learn all the stories and share all the stories. People connect through stories. You may want to share why you chose to bring in a specific product into your store. You may want to share what got you excited about it in the first place when you discovered it. This will help your customers connect with you and the products that you represent in your business. Now, like I said, you don't even have to go travel halfway across the world to experience any of these things, especially not this expertise thing. I mean, but there's so many ways that are there's so many things that are at your fingertips right now that you could be using in your own business, okay? So when we talk about expertise, that connects to education, right? To be an expert, you have to get educated, and you have to educate yourself, okay? So how can we do that? What do you have at your disposal? I know that you can be calling your reps. You could be asking them to come and do demos in your store, not just for your customers, but for your team. Maybe they can Skype in now, or use platforms like Zoom or Google Hangouts, where you can video stream like we're doing here, and they can educate your team. You could host things like this for your customers too, where you bring in the expert from the different brands and they talk over a webcam, and your customers can watch from their own homes. A lot of the brands also have done their own research and studies, and they have their own testimonials and white papers. Ask them for the resources they have available to you. You can invite your employees and your community to industry events or neighborhood events. And I'd love for you to just get out in the town, get out in your own town and experience what everyone's talking about. I know it's so easy for many of us when we're working in our shop or in our business, and we're working long days on our feet most of the time. We've been talking to people all day long. We're exhausted. But it's important that you still get involved in your community, that you still go to the local dog park and talk to people, that you're going to the hot new restaurants, that you're getting to know other business owners in your community, that you're going to the chamber networking events. That will help you have a sense of what the community is talking about, and you'll find inspiration as well along the way. You can follow specific hashtags within the industry or within your town to have a sense of what's going on. And you absolutely should be reading Pets Plus magazine, because they'll keep you up to date. Either read the magazine or visit their website often, petsplusmag.com, or get on their email list, because they always send out the latest news via email and on their website, post on their website. All right, so if we look back at Culture Club Cheese and the expertise, how could you be getting more involved? Look back at any notes you took, circle 1 or 2, share with us how you could be either inspiring yourself, getting out there, meeting people, sharing your expertise, finding resources? How is it that you think that you'd be able to incorporate what Culture Club Cheese did? All right, I would love to take some time if you have questions at all about what we talked about. I would love for you to share it in the chat. My assistant Jen, your questions. And if you actually want to dig deeper, if you want to dig deeper into working one-on-one together, if you want to talk more about how to actually take a vacation or walk away from the business or develop some systems and processes, or to be able to take these concepts I've shared with you today about curation, quality, expertise, inspiration, service, education. If you want to know how to do any of those things, we have my calendar. You can visit talktocandace.com and you can book time on my calendar and we can talk more about how I can help you if you want to dig deeper. Or maybe if you don't have an issue with any of these things at all and you just want some extra support, please feel free to book time with me. Go to talktocandace.com and we can figure out how I can support you best. All right. Okay, so now we're getting close to the end. If you have questions, feel free to type them in the chat and visit talktocandace.com if you want to book one-on-one time with me. But now I have some homework for you before we pick our winner. I have some homework because travel does not have to be all the way around the world. You can learn, you can be learning and how to find a different perspective about like through viewing other businesses, whether it's across town or around the corner, okay? So my homework for you is that I want you to block off like a half day. Look at your calendar, block it out, and I want you to just go out, okay? I don't want you to go out to your favorite place. I don't want you to go to the places you've always been. I want you to go somewhere that you haven't been yet. Maybe it's a new restaurant in town. Maybe it's actually the mall. I mean, for myself, I've shopped like Main Street USA for so long, and now I live in the burbs, and I went to a mall around the holidays, and I walked around, and I was actually like really blown away and really inspired by display. So if you haven't been out into the malls yet, or some of those, maybe not the big box stores, but some more big independent stores, get out there, okay? I want you to go downtown, new restaurant. If you for the ladies who like to get their hair done, instead of going to the same salon you always go to, try a brand new salon. It's amazing what you'll experience. They're all going to deliver something a little bit different. We get so used to our own habits and our own routines. We go to the same coffee shop. We go to the same nail salon. We go to the same grocery store. I mean, you know, change it up. So I want you to block days out of your calendar, maybe do it once a month even, and just go out and get inspired, okay? If your town doesn't have anything exciting in it. Now, I know some of you are in little towns. I actually grew up in a town of 3,000 people. So part of my life was in this little itty bitty town. So I get it. There are no new restaurants coming. So what you can do then is like find the next nearest big town and actually go do something fun and exciting, okay? Now, here's the other thing I want you to do. I want you to take business cards with you, and I want you to talk to people because you never know, you could find new customers while you're out there too, okay? Just because you're at a Bed Bath & Beyond, let's say, just because they work there doesn't mean that they don't have dogs. The team that's where the sales associates that are working there, half of them have dogs, and that they may want to start shopping with you. So get out there and talk to people, step outside of your comfort zone, because when you focus on curation, quality, and expertise, you are leveling up. You're using and learning what is your competitive advantage. Using your own competitive advantages are what are going to set you apart from anyone shopping online or with another business. Okay? Your store and the experiences that you give people are their competitive advantage. Your store is a hub of inspiration. Your store can be an education station, and you can offer true service by creating almost like a customer service center, Okay, there are lots of ways that we can up level through the videos I've shared you today. Hopefully they were inspiration to you. Find your own inspiration out there. And I just want you to continue to connect with people. All right, are you ready? I am going to pick a winner. We have 21 people who have been watching us live and who are still on with us now. We're going to pick a winner for our Pets Boss Nation. I'm like blinking. I was like, Pets Plus monthly free membership into the Pet Boss Club. It has a value of $99. And I can't wait for this person to either join us or if it's a current member to get a free month. So I've been told I need to pick a number between 1 and 21. So I'm going to pick, I'll pick number 11. Keith, you are number 11. I think you're watching live. And Keith, I don't think you're a club member. I think that you are, I've seen you chatting in our group. He's not a club member. All right, awesome. Well, welcome, Keith. Congratulations. We will follow up with you on your membership. You get 1 free month. And then hopefully after that, you stay with us as a pet boss. So, well, I just want to thank everyone for tuning in. If you want to learn more about Pet Boss Nation, visit petbossnation.com. If you want to learn more about the Pet Boss Club, visit petbossclub.com. And if you need to be getting your free magazine of Pets Plus, go to pet.com and you can subscribe for your free magazine. Congratulations, Keith. Thank you to everybody for tuning in today. I hope you've been inspired. And now it's time to go boss your life and your business, everybody. All right. I'll talk to you real soon. Bye-bye.